I'll give you one example where I would no longer support Donald Trump. If, for example, he were to go out on Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody, I would not be willing to support Donald Trump.
Well, Ted Cruz saying he's pledging to go with the nominee, and if it's Trump, under any circumstance other than, of course, if he were to shoot someone on Fifth Avenue. Of course, this debate keeps raging on, and we're going to discuss it as we await Donald Trump to land in Ohio. Now, here's the situation. You've got Ted Cruz. He's won 8 states, including over the weekend. He won in Wyoming. And a lot of these times, the polls didn't say he was going to win. I think he's only won a couple where he was supposed to win in the polls. And right now in Illinois, you've got Cruz at 27. Actually in Ohio, you got Cruz at 27 in one of the polls against Trump and Kasich at 33 each. So he's kind of creeping up there. Remember, he's actually ahead of Marco Rubio in Florida in one of the polls. Can he pull off the upset? And also, we want to discuss a little bit more over the weekend if he made a fatal mistake, some say siding with those protesters in Chicago. Evan Siegfried, Jillian Melcher, Steve Rogers, and Jenny Beth Martin back with us. Let me ask you, Jillian, do you think he made a mistake? Was it a knee-jerk reaction? Because to a lot of people, it sounded like he was siding with MoveOn.org.
Sure. Well, I think it's really important that we have free political speech, free peaceful political protest. And it's really telling that Donald Trump's campaign is the only one that's having violence issues. It is the only campaign.
But the Chicago situation was not Donald Trump's fault.
Well, I think he has encouraged an atmosphere where violence is in the political rhetoric, because he's saying stuff like, if you rough up a protester,
I got you. Inside the building, I think Donald Trump needs to take more responsibility. But when you've got these organized protesters who do this for a living and they show up, are you going to blame Trump for that?
Yeah, I am, I think, because I think he's created the atmosphere, and I think he's got to take responsibility for that. All
right. As a matter of fact, as we await this rally, there was an announcement made just now there, I'm being told, not to harm any protesters. And sure, somebody's got on a Trump T-shirt, they're going to take it off, and they're going to cause a ruckus. Well, how do you see it, Steve?
Charles, the words accountability and responsibility have been taken out of our vocabulary. Look, the protesters are responsible for their actions. They become violent. They're responsible, not Donald Trump. How in the world can anyone on a podium be responsible for something somebody's doing in the crowd? That's number one. Number two, we have to keep...
But let me just ask, as President of the United States, though, you have to have some sort of control. In other words, a lot of times things have happened with President Obama. He didn't exactly give the order, but we know it was done either because he wanted it done or someone thought they would be pleasing him. You do have a certain amount of control, or you should have I think what people are getting upset, Steve, is that he's not chastising, and in fact, some people think he's actually encouraged that.
Well, I don't believe for 1 minute he would have ever encouraged those type of actions.
But it's been done with such a wink, wink, nod, nod.
Well, no, it hasn't been. Look,
what do you call saying that you'll pay for the legal bills?
Yesterday on Meet the Press, Donald Trump said that the man who was arrested for sucker punching the protester last Tuesday, he's looking into paying his legal bills. The translation of that is, it's okay to punch a protester because I'll have your back.
Well, look.
That's the quiet.
Let Steve finish, guys.
Can you answer the question?
Let Steve finish.
Protesting Steve's answer.
Look. I understand Donald Trump. He's an emotional guy. He's a passionate guy, and I would agree. Maybe there's some things you could say a little better. But here's the point. Every time he's attacked, every time it's thrown at him, his polls go up, up, up. Nobody could deny.